What's going on, everybody? What is going on? So this would be number 3 or 4 daily uploads. Can't remember. Anywho, come here, puppy. Oh, hey, Fred. It's not actually the morning. It is Saturday afternoon right now. Fred and we are going to run out to the land right now. I want to get that box out of the back of my truck, run out there, and then I got a couple things I want to work on my dump truck that you guys seen in this last video. I want to do a new sideboard, stuff like that. I mean, I'm at the end of my season, so I'm not going to be really using the truck much, so it'd be perfect time to kind of work on that, get that thing up to par for next spring. So let's head off to our land. You ready to go for a ride, puppy? Come on, let's go for a ride. Come on. Come on, puppy. I don't know if you can jump into this truck, but we'll try. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, you need me to lift you up there, hey? Need me to lift you, hey, puppy? Oh, yeah, I mean, I guess it is kind of a tall truck. All right, let's head off to our land. Almost said the town. I don't want to tell all of you guys where we live. Fred and I just got here to the land. He's somewhere back there right now, but kind of wanted to show you guys I made a pretty big mistake when I put the driveway in. So I don't know if you can make out, there is a pink stake somewhere right there, kind of tip of my finger, and if you look, I am to the left of that. So what happened was I was underneath the understanding when I bought the property that this stake right here was the edge of the property, but what it actually is this stake right there is the corner of the property heading that direction. So my property actually runs from that stake and heads this direction into this field. There's this tree line right here. There's that little nook in between the trees right there. About another 20 feet or so into that tree line is actually our property. So I guess long story short is I dug this entire driveway on the wrong side. So yeah, you can see the stake right there. I'm about, I don't know, 10 feet or so, probably farther than that actually. So from that stake over to that edge, that's about 20 feet. GoPro probably can't pick it up, but if you look straight down from this stake, and there's pink flags going down, about halfway through the driveway is on my property. So that's going to be part of the things that I got to do this year, is dig this thing out, dig out more soil, and move this gravel over onto our property. Luckily, the neighbor up front there, he's cool about it. He said, yeah, everybody makes mistakes, and we all do. Anyways, so that's one of the things I got to do this year, hopefully. And also we got the entire property staked out. Not the entire property, but where the house is going to be. So this stake right here is going to be the front left corner of the house. Not actually that one. It's this little corner stake right down there. So everything's mapped out. Everything's starting to kind of progress with the building stages, which is awesome. I'm hoping that within the next couple weeks here we actually break ground, which I am super excited about. This has been a long process. I joke around with my wife that once this property is done, I don't know if we'll ever build another one. For 2 reasons. I'm hoping that this is the last place I ever have to live, but just the amount of back and forth and everything, I don't want to do it. So anyways, gotta get this yellow box out of the back of the truck and then run around with Freddie for a little bit and head back to the yard and start working on my dump truck. So let's get this thing peeled out here and let Fred run around. The reason why I want to get this box out of the truck is I gotta get out here and cut this grass down before the builders get out here. That was part of my deal that I had to do with them. But so anyways, the reason why I gotta get it out of here is that whenever I transport the brush cutter, I always put it on top of the box. Obviously that won't work with where it is right now. And I'm kind of sick of looking at this thing in the back of the truck. Got some future plans with this thing, so hopefully it all works out. So what I'm hoping I can do is just pull this thing out and let it kind of fall on the ground. Oh wow, this thing's heavy. It actually went pretty good. Better than I thought it was going to go, actually. So, I don't know if any of you guys have this issue, but Fred has a sick fascination of rolling around in other dogs' poop. Coyote poop, to be exact. And every time we come out to the land, no matter how hard I watch him, he decides that it's a great idea that he should roll around in it. And he always gets it on his little ears and then gets it inside of his ears. It's like his little doggy cologne or something, I don't know, but gosh, it stinks so bad. I mean, I guess he's happy, so go for the go! Go for the go! See, he's sniffing around right now. There's poop right there. Anyway, we'll let Fred run around a little bit more, pay a little bit of attention to him, and then run back to the yard and take care of the dump truck. So, just got here to the yard. I actually had a change in plans. It's been something that I've been thinking about and brainstorming on how I'm going to make it work. So, I'll show you guys. On the back of the little dump truck here, the pintle hitch right there, that sits at 29 inches, which is pretty high considering. So anyways, I was trying to figure out how I'm going to make my dump trailer work with this. So I stopped a couple weeks ago and I picked up the C-channel here and a pintle hook. I was thinking about when I did this, let me get on the other side, that I would probably have to cut all this stuff off and re-weld it, but what I think I'm going to do is I'll just weld it straight up there and then box this in up here and have it gusseted that way. I feel like that'll work out pretty well actually. So I think what I'm going to end up doing now is scrap the idea of putting sideboards on the dump truck because they still work. It was just something that I was thinking about doing to make it look a little bit better. Right now I think I'm going to get the dump trailer to the point where I can use it with either a personal truck or the dump truck, so it's pretty much universal across the board. So in doing that, I still have to run to the storage unit, grab Little Bob, get the tires put on Little Bob, park the loader for the winter in storage, and I have to go to the storage unit anyways to take care of all that, and that's where my welder is. So let's get all that stuff hooked up, get ready, and get this trailer done. That actually kind of makes me a little excited knowing that kind of came up with a game plan, because I was here, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago before I even started recording some videos for probably about 2 hours trying to figure out what I'm going to do, and I just at the time couldn't make up my mind on what I wanted. So I think this will actually work out really well, so let's get to it. I got some of the stuff shoveled out of the storage unit here so we can get access to the welder. I'm also going to shovel or get this plow out of here, which is for Long story short, that was a full-size Western plow. It was like a 9-foot or 8'6", I believe it was. And I cut it down to work for the loader. Well, the problem is that there's like no weight on the front of the loader, so when you would angle the blade, it just pushed the machine around. So hopefully it works better on the skid loader. So I'll take that out for this machine next year, this coming season, I should say. Now, I haven't fired this thing up since probably, I haven't fired it up since I put it away. So, and that was last spring. So let's see how she does. Well, I ain't gonna argue that. I'm actually gonna let it run for a little bit. I'm gonna try seeing if I can find something to put underneath the back there. So when I lift it up, I can get the tires off, all 4 tires off the ground. We shall see. I don't know if I have anything in here that would actually work. Well, it's good to know to have an oil catch can, because I actually have to do a lot of maintenance on everything. Kind of embarrassed to say it, but the skid steer, I haven't done an oil change on that thing in the last year. The loader, that's been probably 5 years, honestly. I really hate to say that, but it's the truth. So yeah, kind of unfortunate, but that definitely really needs to get done. Maybe one of these tires, I think one of these tires would work. Hopefully those rims fit this. Yep, they're all off the ground. All right. Let's change some tires. Those really weren't on there as tight as I thought they would be. Not gonna argue that for obvious reasons. They look like they're the same bolt pattern and everything. Ugh. Oh, wrong side. This is for the other side of the machine. It's actually kind of warm out here today. Oh, ready to take my sweatshirt off. Alright. Will you fit? Yes. Alright, so unfortunately this tire seems a little low. I'm just hoping that from the factory it just didn't get filled up. It would kind of stink to have put new tires on that one. Kind of stink to put new tires on that are constantly leaking. So we'll see what happens. See if this air compressor fires up. It's been months since I've used this thing as well, so let's see what happens. But it's a Honda, so Alright, you guys aren't gonna believe me, but that was literally first pull. Let me get that loaded up in the back of the truck too, get that air compressor home, start wool waxing, everything, get this truck all fluid filmed and all that. That was good for a battery. Well, it's got a tube in it, so I have a feeling that more than likely when they put the tire on the rim, they pinched the tube. My best guess. Hey, cool. That's a good feeling to have finally some fresh rubbers on Little Bob. Now, I think I'm actually going to take a picture of all these tires, post them on Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace. I don't know, probably get 300 bucks for them, 400 bucks, 400 maybe. I mean, they're not the best, but it's an entire tire, or entire rim with a tire. So, I don't know, we'll see. Somebody's, what's that saying? One man's junk is another man's treasure. There you go. Well, that was a little sketch, but we got it. I've been reading the comments. A lot of people have had interest in what this machine is. It is a 1980 Swinger 240. Swinger, to my understanding, now is Yale. Yale makes a lot of forklifts and stuff like that. But this is an old machine, all mechanical, no electronics. The only electronics is the starter on it. Actually, this machine didn't even have lights on it. I added the lights. So realistically, the only reason why this machine had a starter was, or a battery and an alternator, was for starting it. But this machine don't owe me anything. I picked it up very cheap years ago, probably, I think, I've had this machine now for like 8 years or something like that. And obviously you guys see I use the crap out of it in the videos. It's a very handy machine. It has its limitations just like any other machine, but I can't imagine life without it. So anyways, that's where it's going to sit for the winter and just kind of hibernate. So, all right, I'm going to get Little Bob loaded up in the trailer, head back to the yard, and then we can start welding on that dump trailer. I'm excited about that, so let's get to it. I'm having an issue right now, and that is finding the keys to the truck. I have no idea where I set them down, which is a problem because obviously if I can't drive the truck, can't get going with the rest of my day here. I know I'm just kind of rambling right now at this moment, but I have no idea where I set the keys. And it's driving me insane. I've been looking for them for like 5 minutes now. So, I guess next time you see me, I'll probably have the keys and I'll be welding. So, alright. Dang it. Found the keys to the truck. Ended up looking back on the camera. I had the keys setting up on top of the box just like that. and when I was loading the welder into the back of the truck, I must have knocked them in with the welder right into the box, and then the welder was sitting on top of them. So that was fun trying to figure that out. But anyways, back here, I'm gonna start grinding this, grinding all the paint off of this, get this prepped and ready to do some welding, which I'm excited because I haven't done any welding in a very long time, and I'm excited. So today is super windy, so it's perfect to have that welder, stick welding. So let's get to it. And that wind is picking up today. Hopefully you guys can hear me just fine. All right, perfect. Got everything cleaned up, and I haven't used this welder in a long time. I actually used to use this welder quite often, actually. Before I went out on my own and I was still working for people, I did a lot of side jobs with this machine. Machines made me a lot of money. It's been a long time since I've done any stick welding, so might be a little rusty when I first start here, that's for sure. It's okay, I'll figure it out. It's just like riding a bike, right? I got this little battery jump pack for my birthday this past year, and this has been a handy tool to have. That battery's junk. That ain't good. Still running good. All right, you guys aren't gonna be able to hear anything I say now once that thing gets going, so taking the head cam off, and it's gonna be on time lapse for pretty much. All the welding's done. I don't claim to be a professional welder, but for a guy that hasn't picked up a welder in probably about 2 years, especially stick welding, I don't think it looks too terrible. Yeah, you can see I did some grinding there, but I just did that to make the edges smooth. So the main thing is these welds right here. So that's the idea. Get the pintle up there, the eyelet up there higher to work with the dump truck. Because I plan on doing a majority of my pulling with the dump truck, not my little trucks anymore. I just keep killing these things. The maintenance repairs on those trucks has been pretty expensive over the past couple years. Not saying that the little dump truck's not going to have its issues either, but they're kind of purposely built for stuff like this. So let's get this eyelet bolted on there. I'm going to probably empty out the trailer, put the skid loader in it. I don't know, we'll see. But get all this stuff cleaned up. I'm not sure if there's going to be enough footage in this one video or this one day to do daily uploads like I was planning, unfortunately. It's so hard to get so much done in a day and make a good video. I don't want to just pump videos out just to pump them out. And I've been reading the comments. A lot of you guys are saying that daily videos are kind of overkill. Not saying that I agree with you, but I do want to put out quality videos, not just videos just to put them out there, like I said. So, all right, let's get this eyelet on there and see how the dump truck looks on it. Got all the tools picked up, put away. Got the dump truck hooked up. I do need to adjust the eyelet a little bit more. I need to go up. I need to bring these two bolts up to the top here, unfortunately, to really level out the trailer. It's not like once I put a machine in the trailer that the truck's really going to squat that much, like how it does on the, you know, the little F350 and stuff like that. So I was going to try ending the video off here, but I just don't think there's enough footage to make another video. So tomorrow's plan then is I'll come out here, work on these sideboards, and then see if I can get this thing cut off, because that's gonna be a problem having that there. And I really don't want to cut the jack off and move it or whatever. It works great where it is, and there's really no purpose for me to have this little tail here. You know, this is an old asphalt truck, so I'm sure what this was here for was for when they were dumping into the paving machine, the asphalt would make it into that. So I have no purpose for it, so it's time for that to go. But anyway, I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow morning once we're back here at the yard. We are back again to work on the dump truck. So today's plan, like I mentioned in yesterday's snippet, is I want to get this cut off. But then I also got a new trailer plug, because this is that old style where it's a 6-pin or whatever, the old school style. So I'm going to take that off, put a new one on there. So that way I can get everything, you know, all my trailers and trucks all have the same plug. So pretty much the idea of all of this is just to get this truck set up, so that way it works with everything that I have already. All right, perfect. It ain't pretty, but it's on there. And if any of you guys have ever tried stick welding, especially to like sheet steel like that, it's pretty hard. The trick is to put a lot of your heat onto the, you know, thicker steel, obviously, and let the puddle slowly melt into the sheet steel, and then you'll be good to go. These little kits from Harbor Freight are kind of handy to have, especially for stuff like this. Perfect. Something's not happy. Feels like this blade's about ready to jump out of this thing. Oh, that's why it blew up already. I guess we'll keep running it and hope for the best. Got all the tools picked up, put back in the truck. I got a little bit of a mess behind the truck there. But when I get this thing fired up, or I was going to try getting it fired up, but the battery's dead again, which is concerning because I just put that battery in there last winter. I don't know if I just got a junk battery or if it's because the machine's been sitting around, but I have a feeling I may have to put a battery into this thing over this winter. I guess we'll figure that out. Luckily, I carry that little jump pack around, you know, I can get it started if I need to. The reason I want to get it started is because I want to get all this stuff out of the trailer and get the brush mower put in there, get the truck all hooked up, see if all the lights work, and then see with moving that eyelet how much it settles the trailer down. In New Holland, they really did not put the battery in a good spot, in my opinion. So much nicer not having that thing there. You still get close, but nowhere near what it was. Actually, I want to make sure that all the lights are working on this thing. Guess I gotta look at some wiring there. So I know all the lights work on this trailer. Something I gotta look into. It's always something. It's weird because the old plug and an adapter, they all worked, but when you left the truck plugged in, or the trailer plugged into the truck, all the lights just stayed lit up and everything worked. So there's something goofy going on. Unfortunately, I have to get going soon. Got another meeting with our builder today. Hopefully it's good news. It's been a lot of back and forth with meetings with them, meetings with the city. I know exactly how Ryan feels right now. Fit like this? Dang it. No, it's not. What am I gonna do? So I really want to pull everything with the dump truck, obviously. I gotta do some thinking. Alright, so I decided what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna put the brush cutter in the front of the dump trailer like that. And then tomorrow morning I'm gonna go pick up one of Ryan's track machines. I just got off the phone with him. I'm gonna take the door off of the machine, and what I'll do is I'll hook up the brush cutter to the machine, and then I'll back the machine into the trailer and just have the cutter sitting above the floor of the trailer. Probably really close to me right there, but so anyways, yeah, I'll just do that and then strap everything down, and that's just how it's gonna have to be, unfortunately. I thought that the back of the dump truck would be wide enough to fit this cutter, but it's not. So it is what it is. But yeah, I think everything, I'm gonna go get fuel for this truck, and then tomorrow we're gonna go do like I said, that brush cutting, head out to the land, take care of some of the cutting out there, maybe do some other odds and ends around there. But I think that's about a wrap for this video. So unfortunately I didn't hit the 30-day streak like I thought I was going to. It's just, I don't feel like I can get enough done in a day to make a good video for you guys, and I don't want to just pump videos out just to put them out. So anyways, it's kind of a bummer, but I'm gonna stay on track. I know you guys have heard that all the times, a lot from me. I apologize. I'm really not the greatest, at YouTube, I guess. So anyways, we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching.